Hello guys, and welcome back to another video guide in Satisfactory. Now today we're going to be looking at 4 different vertical lift setups to make it easier for you to transport items up and down a route in a particular way that fits into your style of build. Now first off, we have a simple 3-wall connection vertical lift. Easy enough, you can place 3 elevators to transport your items. However, if you want to use this way to transport more than 3 items, you will have to use between 2 or 3 levels of space, holding up to 9 elevators in a single foundation, which is what we have done here. Now this is my favorite overall because it has a good balance between both item transportation ratios whilst taking up a small amount of room and looking beautiful. Now to do this, it's as simple as stacking 3 conveyor walls on a foundation, or 2 and a single one from behind like this. Now once these have been laid, you now need to place the elevators for the highest conveyor wall, if starting from the bottom, or the lowest conveyor wall if you're starting from the top. Now from there you can place a foundation and find the next point accessible for the following elevator. Now rinse and repeat this for each level and then connect them up, and voila, you have a neat compact vertical lift. Now if you want to make it more compact, you can actually use the 8x1 foundations to make the walls slightly lower, and also place a lift from behind like this to reduce the input height by half, although this can make it difficult connecting them up later. Now our second lift is this old style elevator, which I personally think is the most beautiful style we have in this game. However, it doesn't quite fit into a single foundation. The other downside to this is that it can't transport as many items as the previous, but again, the cool look more than makes up for it. So if you're not going to be needing more than 2 items for transporting, definitely go with this. In order to do this build, you will need to place 3 conveyor poles next to each other on a single foundation, then delete the middle one. Now from here you will need to place another conveyor pole 4 steps directly behind the front 2 ones. From here, place a ground pole underneath the conveyor poles. These are your inputs. Then run 1 directly to the above conveyor pole, which is behind it, and for the second input, place the conveyor pole behind the conveyor pole you just connected the prior conveyor to. Now you're going to connect each of these around and upwards diagonally. So when it's going around the corner, it's on a straight level. When it goes up diagonally. Now continue to do this until you reach the top. Now once you're at the top, we're going to square them off. Now we're going to finish the first input facing the chosen direction. And for the second input, we're going to run it directly behind and then cross it over to the side like we did to start off with. That way the inputs will both be facing the same direction. Also note how we've used the hanger doorways to kind of give it a smarter look as a finished product. Our third conveyor maximizes space efficiency, but is slightly larger than 1 foundation. Now if you're doing multiple elevator foundation units, running them all along this section will optimize its space efficiency. Now the main difference to the first elevator lift is that we are not using conveyor walls, and therefore we can fit another conveyor elevator per row. This will also allow us to place extra elevators above, and in this example you can see how we can easily fit 12 inputs in a single wall's worth of height. And I'd actually be as bold as to say that if I don't mind clipping the top elevator row, we could actually manage a total of 16 inputs in the height of a single wall, although this would mean taking up extra space from behind. Now the easiest way to do this particular elevator is to use the 1x8 foundation on top of a normal foundation. Now at this point we can then place the middle elevator on the tile halfway along, and from here you can delete the foundation and place the bottom elevators 1 step behind the middle, and then use a conveyor pole at the front of the tile to place the front row of elevators on. Now, as you can see, it can be a little janky, but it will hugely boost the space efficiency of a vertical elevator. But with it being player made, it can be a bit difficult to actually get right, and also to get everything all on one level. And also, if you ask me, it does look slightly messier. Now, our final option is using conveyors without elevators, just conveyor walls. Now, these will be best for short distances, or if you just want a different style approach to your build. As you can see, using the conveyor wall, this will take up a lot more space and is a lot less efficient, as you are sending items along a much longer distance. Now, this is very simple to construct, placing a conveyor wall followed by 2 empty spaces or 2 blank walls, and then you go up by 1 and place another conveyor wall. And from here we're going to connect the conveyors from the furthest output to the nearest the center, and the nearest center output to the furthest away output. Now, this will allow us to use a diagonal style lift to bring the items up between floors, but this is a much longer approach, and you will have to rinse and repeat this approach for each level you want to go up by. The other downside to this is that the conveyors do clip, which may be a little bit too much for some people's OCD. But the real question overall is, what's your preferred method? After all, it's how you play the game. Let me know which and why in the comment section below. Also, if you did find this video helpful, do hit a drop on the thumbs up icon, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe, as we do have videos on Satisfactory every week. And if you're interested, you can also join our Discord. The link's below if you want to get involved with our awesome community. Anyway guys, until next time, thank you so much for watching. Ciao for now.